Hello, friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I have 6 universities that are waiving the graduate record examinations (GRE) test scores for their admission cycle, the current admission cycle requirements. And I would usually post the links to the sites I use during this video in the link in the description box. But I advise that you stick through, follow through patiently in the next few minutes till the end of this video, because as I navigate through the schools and go through, there are tips you would grab that will help your own personal research, your own personal navigation through the sites easier and more straightforward. So, before you jump to clicking on the links in the description box below, kindly see the video to the end. My name is Emmanuel Eze. I'm your scholarship gen guide. Special thanks to my subscribers and viewers for consistency in following through. And for returning viewers, I kindly ask, if you're yet to subscribe, please click on the subscription button below. It is free of charge to subscribe, and it's a whole lot of support as you do so. Now to the video. The first university I have here is the University of Arizona, and we are right here on the graduate college, and we're going to see the information that waives the GRE, and we're looking at essential information, and we're going to check the Office of Graduate Administration Admissions, and then we'll look at the minimum admission requirements and the entrance exam, just going through for you to see that this is really on their website. And it brings us here to entrance exams, and it says clearly that the University of Arizona Graduate College does not require entrance exams such as the GRE. However, many academic departments may require GRE scores. So this is like the general clause, because there could be one or two or three or four or five departments or programs that will still need the GRE test scores. But the graduate colleges usually in this application cycle, some of them or all of them that I'm about to show you generally would waive the GRE requirements, but some departments are bent on this requirement. So it's also another extra task for you to do based on your program. You could look at the program descriptions and see the catalog of the program and the entry requirements for your own program in particular. It could be waived, and I hope it is, and it may not be waived, especially for some like finance based courses and so on and so forth. And for this University of Arizona, there is also the availability of scholarships and funding. We go back to the homepage, and here I am. I'm going to share with you. We still go to the essential information tab. Here you find the graduate assistantships and associateships. This is where we have the GAs in particular, but you could take a look at their financial resources page and funding opportunities. Here you find a list of the funding opportunities, graduate college funding opportunities. The funding opportunities are there on this page, and you can search if you know any specific one. Otherwise, you can filter by type. You can filter by whether you want assistantship or cash award or research opportunity or travel award or tuition award. So these are possibilities of funding for assistantship. This is what they have. Of course, international doctoral students are qualified. International master students are also qualified to apply for this. And cash award stipend, they have a lot of them. Incoming domestic doctoral students, there are the opportunities for international doctoral students, international master students to win this cash award or stipend. So you check this out. I leave the link in the description below, and you'll be able to look into these pages in more details to see how that works. And the next will be Brown University. I'm going alphabetically, and the next is Brown University. And there's an old news actually in Brown University as way back as 2019, where they eliminated GRE test for 24 doctoral programs. And these programs are listed here, and some of them are attached to, there are certain conditions that you have to meet, and it's good for you to check this out. But in general, clearly, the GRE has been waived for American Studies, Biotechnology, Biomedical Engineering, Chemistry, Comparative Literature, Computational Biology, Computer Science, Earth, Environmental and Planetary Science, and so on and so forth. So, if you fall into this any of these programs, then kudos, good news. GRE is not required in Brown University for you. And again, in Brown University, funding opportunities are fully available. I've had the course to look this up, and there is master's funding, there is PhD funding, and you can see more details about this funding requirements. They're clearly stipulated here, and it's funding guaranteed for 5 years of financial support at Brown University for your graduate school program. Now, I move quickly to the next university, the Florida State University. And right here in their graduate school, they are now accepting graduate applications for both summer and fall of the next year, 2023. And it is boldly written here, GRE waived. But if you look closely, you will see that they are waiving the GRE requirement for most masters and specialist programs. So this means that if you're going straight for the PhD, you could see if this applies to you, and you will just do a little mail, a short mail, email to the program graduate program officer of your program, asking if you qualified for a waiver as a PhD student, but it's clearly written here master student, and there's a possibility that this could apply to PhD students. And there is a link here which I already opened. I will drop it again in the description box, and you'll find GRA waiver selection. And they're talking about the departments that currently offer this waiver, and there are conditions for enjoying or benefiting from this waiver. And you could click on any of them. And social science education, for example, you see the GRE has automatically been waived. So this is automatically, you don't need anything. So it's saying you should not complete this form if you're not if you are a master's applicant. So all you need to do is to submit a graduate application, and the GRE requirement will automatically be waived. So you see, there are some, for example, I was looking at one accounting generalist, if I'm not mistaken here. Yes, for accounting generalist, there are criteria that are listed here for you to benefit from this waiver. So it varies by department. Of course, what should concern you is your own program and the specific requirement for your own program. So a lot of nice courses right here that have been waived, that can enjoy automatic and conditional GRE waiver in Florida State University. And again, I have information, good news for you. In Florida State University, there are graduate school fellowships and grants available for both prospective and current students. And here, you can see that of prospective students. I believe my viewers will be prospective students. There's a whole lot of them, are listed here, and you can read more. You can view the fellowship eligibility guidelines, application submission instructions, and the deadline as updated as at 1st of November, which is like 24 days ago. So you can quickly check these things out and see the length and the breadth and the requirements of these scholarships and fellowships that are available. So quickly check them out. I'll put the link in the description box, and for you to look closely at the requirements and also to apply. And the next would be Illinois Tech University. And here, under their frequently asked questions, they are clearly saying that the test requirements for GRE and GMAT has been waived for all master's programs for the spring and fall of 2023 terms. So this means that it's automatic for GRE. For GRE, uh, it's an automatic waiver for all master's programs, rather, but it's unclear if this applies automatically to PhD programs as well. So kindly take a step further and look at your program and see if this is applicable for PhD. Now, for the funding, there are scholarships available for first year student scholarships, undergraduate transfer student scholarships, international undergraduate student scholarships, graduate student scholarships, outside scholarships, and scholarship resources. So a lot of options here for you to choose from and see in more details how to benefit from this opportunity. So on one hand, you have waiver of GRE, on the other hand, you have information of funding and the exact place to go. I'd move quickly to the University of Washington, also in the frequently asked questions here. Under the tests option, is the GRE required? They say the graduate school does not require the GRE. Then graduate programs determine whether or not to require the GRE for the admissions review process. So you're advised to contact the graduate program to learn if GRE scores are required. So for them, they don't require it as a condition for graduate admission, but specific programs could require the GRE for their admission review process. So they give you this advice, the same advice I earlier gave. Contact your program where you are not sure if this is waived. And this also applies for PhD applicants as well. Now, for the funding for students, there are funding, there are assistantships, there are fellowships. I'm going to leave the link in the description button, and you'll have to see how to what it entails, getting an assistantship, finding a position, and the employment requirements that applies to those positions. So for assistantships are there, for fellowships as well. There are, information that are contained here, both for finding and for application. So explore this on your own and see what information that applies and you can benefit from. The last but not the least is the Graduate School of University of Wisconsin-Madison. And here under the requirements for admission link, you're going to see that the graduate school does not require the GRE clearly, and it says again, as others, your academic program may or may not require it. Please check your program's website for details. So this is the same advice we've been talking about from the beginning of this video. So yes, there is a general waiver from the graduate school, but some programs may require the GRE. So take the next step to check your program website and see if it requires it. I mean, this information reduces your effort in seeking for schools. The schools are already provided for you here, and then you only have to confirm if your program enjoys this favorable waiver of the GRE. And for the funding, I bring you also this funding opportunity, funding of financial aid at the Graduate School of the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Such opportunities are available, and you can read more about these assistantships, you can read more about these fellowships, you can read more about traineeships. Of course, we're not talking about student loans, but there are opportunities for student jobs as well, and research and travel grants, and then funding for international students. So all this information are contained here on this page. And friends, thank you for coming with me to the end of this video. And I hope you have learned something and you have seen what direction to focus your efforts on in the coming days and weeks during this application cycle to enjoy GRE free admission as well as funding opportunities. And I'm looking forward to celebrating your wins in the coming year. So go for it, go ahead, apply, and I wish you success. That's all for this video, and see you in the next video. Bye.